Most Indians are investing in the wrong one out of NPS, PPF, EPF and mutual funds. And the real loser only shows up in 2026. There is so much mixed advice. Someone says NPS is best, someone else swears by PPF, and others only trust mutual funds. So today I will break everything in simple English and show you which option truly builds more wealth and where most people unknowingly lose money. And stay till the end because I will share the exact rule that instantly tells you the right choice based on your age. And trust me, the real surprise comes when you see which one actually grows the most money. Nobody get this right? Let's begin. Before we compare them, let me quickly break down what each one actually means in just one line each. Because once you understand this, the real numbers I will show next will make complete sense. The first one, EPF, your salary plus employer's contribution, becomes your long-term retirement fund, safe, stable and automatic. The next one is PPF, government-backed savings account with tax-free interest but a long lock-in. And the next one, NPS, a mix of equity and debt meant for retirement with extra tax benefits no other product gives. The next one, mutual funds, professionally managed funds with the highest long-term growth potential but market ups and downs. Now that the basics are clear, the real shock is what happens when these four start competing on actual returns. Now I will give you the numbers in a simple way. EPF interest rate is around 8.25%. This is declared by the government for every financial year. It is considered stable and safe. Next, PPF interest rate is around 7.1%. The government changes this rate every quarter, but for a long time it has remained around this level. The best part is interest is tax free. Next, NPS returns are market linked. They depend on how much equity and debt you choose. Historically, many NPS fund managers have delivered returns in the 8% to 12% range over the long term, but these are not guaranteed. Equity mutual funds have shown strong long-term returns in India. Many diversified equity funds over long periods have delivered higher returns compared to fixed return options. But yes, they can go up and down because these are fully market driven. These are the numbers, simple and clear. But numbers alone don't show the real winner. Everything changes once you apply taxes. Tax plays a very important role in deciding where to invest. PPF is completely tax free. Whatever interest you earn and the final maturity amount all tax free. EPF also tax free but only if you complete 5 years of continuous service. Mutual funds have capital gain tax. Equity funds have different tax rates depending on holding period. Death funds have their own rules. That's completely a separate topic. If you want a detailed informative video on this, do let me know in the comments. And here's where most people unknowingly lose money simply because they ignore this next benefit. Now the most interesting one, NPS gives an extra tax benefit. Under section 80 CCD 1B, you get an additional 50,000 tax deduction over and above the normal ATC limit of 1.5 lakh under the old tax regime specifically. This is one of the biggest reasons people invest in NPS, especially salaried people who want to save more tax. However, NPS has a catch almost no investor talks about, and it affects your retirement income directly. At maturity, NPS works like this. You can take 60% tax free and the remaining 40% must be used to buy an annuity on which you pay tax every year. So overall, NPS gives strong tax saving today, but taxation later will still apply on the annuity income. So the tax savings looks great upfront, but wait till you see how locked each option actually is. Now let's talk about how easily you can take your money out. PPF has a lock-in of 15 years. Partial withdrawals are allowed but only a few years. So PPF is not for short-term needs. EPF can be withdrawn in special cases like buying a house, medical emergency, or if you leave your job. But if you withdraw before 5 years of service, tax rules apply. The good thing is if you change jobs and transfer your EPF, the 5-year count continues. And NPS Tier 1 is mainly for retirement. It has restrictions. You can withdraw a small part for special reasons, but overall it's a long-term product. And NPS Tier 2 is liquid, but it has no special tax benefits. And mutual funds are the most flexible, except for ELSS, which has a 3-year lock-in. All other funds can be sold anytime. So in terms of liquidity, mutual funds are the easiest. PPF is the most locked. EPF and NPS are in the middle with clear rules. But liquidity is just one part. The bigger difference is how risky or stable each option truly is. Now let's talk about the risk. PPF and EPF have stable, predictable returns. Government influence means lower risk. These are perfect for people who want safety and don't like market movements. Mutual funds and NPS equity portion gives higher long-term returns but with volatility. In 1 year, your investment can go up to 12 to 20%. Another year, it can fall 5 to 10%. But over the long term, equity has beaten all the fixed return options. Think of it like this. If safety is your top priority, choose EPF or PPF. If growth is your priority, choose mutual funds or NPS. But even higher returns can be misleading because the real impact shows up only after fees. PPF and EPF have basically no charges. NPS has very low fund management fees, one of the lowest in India. Mutual funds have an expense ratio which can eat into returns if it is high. So always choose funds with sensible expense ratios. So overall, NPS is cheap, PPF, EPF are free, mutual fund are cost but also highest flexibility. And now we finally reached the part everyone waits for. Which one is actually right for you? Let me break it down. Salaried and risk averse. Your EPF will anyway be active, and some PPF if you want extra safe tax-free savings. This gives stability and peace of mind. And next category, salaried and want tax benefit plus growth. Here NPS is perfect because of the extra 50,000 tax benefit under 80 CCD 1B and equity exposure. NPS becomes a very smart choice for long-term retirement planning. And the next category, young investor who wants high growth. Then mutual funds are your best friend. You can do SIPs in large cap, flexi cap or mid cap funds depending on your comfort. This helps you build wealth in the long run. And the next category, people who don't like risk at all. Then PPF is the best. Simple, safe, tax-free and guaranteed by the government. And the next category, people who want a balanced mix. A combination works best. EPF for safety, NPS for retirement and mutual funds for growth. But even with all these, picking only one can be a mistake. The smartest strategy is something most people completely overlook. Honestly, there is no single winner. Each option has a different job. EPF, salary and employer benefit and stable growth. PPF, safe, tax-free, long-term saving. NPS, tax benefit, retirement focus, equity growth. Mutual funds, highest wealth creation potential and flexibility. The smartest strategy for most Indian investors in 2026 is a mix of all four. Here is just an example, not financial advice. For a 30-year-old with moderate risk, 40% in safe options like EPF and PPF, 30% in NPS for retirement and tax benefit, and 30% in mutual funds for long-term growth. You can adjust this based on your age and comfort. So that's it. Now you clearly understand the real difference between NPS, mutual funds, PPF and EPF, and most importantly, which one actually fits your goals for 2026. Most people stay confused for years, but if you watch it till here, you are already ahead of the majority. Your decision will now be clear, confident and well planned. If this video helped you, hit the like button. It signals YouTube to push this content to more Indians and NRIs who needs clarity. And share this with one person who keeps asking, is NPS better than mutual funds or not? It will genuinely help them make better choices. Thanks for watching. This is Bala signing off.